The wheelchair is a very specialist piece of equipment, and it's important that the athlete who's racing gets a chair that fits them well, and you can see here that Maggie's got a chair that fits her pretty well. It would be rather pointless if she was rolling about in the chair. It would be dangerous and she wouldn't be able to push as well as she should. She also has one or two other bits of equipment that are important to her. She has some gloves, and different athletes have different ideas on gloves, but she wears these gloves that she can push hard on the push rim, and that's the other thing that you can see on the side of the chair. It's important that she's able to push well, hard, and not feel that her hands are going to fall off it. So that's the reason for the gloves, and that's the reason why she has these push rims on the side. The other important piece of equipment that she's got is a helmet. It's very important that every athlete has a helmet that fits and that's made so that they can wear it, doesn't fall off, so that when they're racing, if they get into an accident, they're not going to hurt themselves. They have to wear the helmet in any endurance race. They don't have to wear it in sprints, but many athletes will do because they feel much safer, much more confident if they're wearing their helmet. So these are the important pieces of equipment for safety and to allow the athlete to feel confident that they can do their best while they're racing. Most athletes use a chair nowadays where they're actually kneeling in position rather than sitting. And you can see here that Maggie has her feet tucked behind the bar, which is effectively the axle. You can see that the axle isn't straight because the wheels are cambered so that she's much better balanced when she's racing. The width of the wheels has to be to fit inside a lane marking, which is just over 1 metre wide. So she has to make sure that however big she is, she can still fit inside there. But the important thing for her is that the wheels are cambered so that she can get much more speed on the bends without worrying about the chair going over. You can see that she tucks her bare feet in. That's okay, she doesn't need to worry about getting her feet dragging on the floor because she's in such a position that they're not going to do that. She's going to be safe there. She's leaning forward. And one of the reasons she's leaning forward is that when she gets to a bend, she's not just going to be pushing on the wheel, she's going to leave the wheels for a split second in order to push the compensator. That's this strange contraption here. And the object of that is that with one push of that, she can go into the bend and then forget about it and go back to pushing again. When she gets back to the straight, one little push again, and she can forget about it again and go back to pushing. So very clever little piece of equipment, just moves the front wheel slightly to allow it to go around the bend, and then moves it slightly again to keep it going straight in the straight. She has to be able to move the chair in both directions. The compensator only moves it one way, so she's got to use her balance to be able to move to the right or the left if she's overtaking athletes. So that's quite important to her, and that's another reason why she's sitting nice and tight in the chair. The other thing that you can see on the chair here is a brake. Not many athletes use brakes anymore because they're usually able to stop the chair themselves with their hands on the hand rim. But a young athlete needs brakes to give themselves confidence. If she's going to go into a road race, it's important then because she might be going down a pretty steep hill. So she needs to be able to stop the chair quickly. But as she gets older, she'll dispense with the brakes because she'll be confident that she can use her own strength to stop the chair just by gripping on the hand rims. So there's our specialist piece of equipment that she's going to use. And it's built round her. As she gets bigger, she'll need a bigger chair. But here she's lucky because in the club she's part of, they're able to give her a chair that she can use and then she can swap it around with somebody else so they can use it. So specialist equipment that's needed for wheelchair track.